y'all doing? Okay, hello. Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is kylieross. I'm very happy that you're here. If you want to, please give this video a big like because it really supports my channel and I really appreciate it. If you want to subscribe, I would love to have you here and I would love for you not to miss out on a video. Go ahead and click that subscribe button, click the like. Let's get into the video. Okay, so for this video, I was actually terrified to film it. I'm not gonna lie. People's assumptions about you, like, that is not a fun thing to read, you know? Most of you guys are like always so awesome and lovely and so sweet. So I'm interested to see what you had to say and what your assumptions were. I haven't looked through them. I asked about like 2 hours ago on my Instagram, so I'm scared. I'm literally scared. Okay, let's get into it. Let's start with some high school ones because I feel like that's juicy and I don't ever talk about high school, so let's start there. You were popular in high school. No. I really wasn't at all. Like, honestly, I had literally like my 3 close friends and that was pretty much it. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that I played club soccer along with like school sports. So I would go straight to like school practice and then I would go straight to club practice and like not get home until like 9 or 10 at night almost every single day. So I didn't really have time for a social life, honestly. Yeah, honestly, I didn't have that many friends in high school, which I know like sounds kind of sad, but like I was really good friends with my club soccer girls and I still am to this day. So no, I wouldn't say I was popular in high school, but I had like my own group of friends outside of school. So it didn't really bother me. Your family is wealthy. I feel like a lot of people think this, but I feel like we're just kind of middle class. And my parents like never spoiled me or my brother. Like we always had enough like what we needed, but we were never spoiled, which I'm like super grateful for. My parents always taught us that we like worked for everything that we had. Nothing was handed to us, which is why I am the way that I am today. And I'm like so grateful for that. But I think a lot of people think this because I went to Baylor, but I was actually on scholarship all 4 years or all 5 years. And the last 3 of my years, I was on a full ride. So I definitely would not be going to Baylor if I hadn't gotten a scholarship, 1000%, because I could not afford it. But I'm not gonna sit here and say like we struggled growing up. We didn't struggle, but I wouldn't say my family is wealthy, if that makes sense. I never know how to answer that because it's like awkward to talk about. I don't know. That's my honest answer. Okay, Lila says that you have a lot of friends, but you don't like to hang out with them. I would say this is untrue. Like I have a good group of friends. I would say like I have a solid group of 10 to 12 friends that I call like my best friends. And a lot of them are younger than me and they're still in college. So that's the reason that I don't get to hang out with them very much. It's not by choice at all. I would hang out with them literally every day if I could. I wouldn't say that I have like a ton of friends. Like honestly, I feel like right now I'm kind of struggling with that is like finding a community because all of my friends or majority of my friends are younger than me. So it's been kind of hard to find friends that are my age and like going through the same struggles that I'm going through and going through the same stage of life that I'm going through, which I feel is really important. Like community is super important to me and that's just kind of something that I'm missing right now and I'm still like trying to work on and like trying to build for myself. But no, I freaking love my friends and I would hang out with them every single day. Krista assumes you aren't happy with your physique despite consistent workouts and clean eating. I would say that this is semi-true, semi-false. I'm not happy with my physique at all. Like I know I've worked so hard to build the muscle that I do have and I'm loving my workouts right now. Honestly, I feel like nutrition is a very big struggle for me. It kind of always has been. Like I've had to be like really train myself to be disciplined with my nutrition and I still struggle with it to this day. I am just a perfectionist and I like results very quickly, but like with fitness, especially with like your physique, to see changes takes a very long time. You have to be very consistent. So I'm not gonna say I'm not happy, like, but I definitely do have physical goals that I'm like working towards and want to meet. But no, I'm not happy with my physique. Like I love my body. I love the way it looks. I love what it does for me. But yeah, I definitely do have like physical goals that I want to meet and like that I'm working towards. Oh, this one's interesting. Okay, Emily said, you want your kids to be student athletes in college. Okay, this is hard because like thinking about kids, I still feel like a kid, so it's like weird, but I would say that's true. Like I had such a great student athlete experience in college that I was like, that I would love for my kids to experience that, but I'm obviously not gonna like force them to do that. Like I want them to be happy and like make their own choices and like do whatever makes them the happiest. But like I would low-key want them to be student athletes in college. Wow, this is a loaded one. Francesca assumes you love doing YouTube, but you don't feel like it's a real job and you tried to do way more with it to compensate. Honestly, I feel like this one's a little bit true. Like sometimes I feel like that like post-grad guilt, you know, just because I didn't get into dental school and like I absolutely love YouTube. Do not get me wrong, I would not trade my job for the world. Like I absolutely love what I do. It's hard for me because I'd never planned on doing it, you know, and like I'm a big perfectionist, so like when my plans don't always turn out the way that I'm hoping, like it's hard for me to just like accept that. And I don't think that I do way more with it to compensate, but I do try and be like different and unique because watching the same content over and over again gets quite boring, so I try and switch it up for you guys, even though it is super hard, especially with everything going on in the world, to like switch things up so much. But I do like to like be creative with my editing and be creative with my different types of videos and stuff, so that I'm like giving you guys entertaining stuff to watch and also stuff that's gonna be like beneficial and helpful for you. But the main thing that I want from you to get from my channel is that I'm being genuine and honest at all times. Like I would never sit here and lie to you on camera. I don't see a point in that. I don't see why anyone would do that, just because what's the point, you know? Like you guys aren't benefiting from that. I'm not benefiting from that. So I just want you guys to know that I will always be genuine and honest with you, and I think most of you know that by now if you've watched me for a while. Anna assumes that you curse off camera. I'm not proud to say this, but yes, I do. I do. It is something that I'm working on and I'm like trying to stop. It's a really bad habit, but I'm not gonna like openly just put that on the internet, you know? That's just something, me personally, like I just don't want that on my channel. So, okay, there's so many about me and Bronson. Okay, this one's funny. Nikki assumes you wear the pants in your relationship with Bronson. I'm pretty bossy, if you haven't noticed, so I would say yes, but I feel like the pants wearing switches off sometimes, if you know what I'm saying. It depends on the situation, but I would say like majority of the time, I'm wearing the pants. I'm the pants wearer. Big Mama wears the pants. Selena assumes you're glad you didn't get into dental school. Yes. Even though I still kind of feel like guilty about it sometimes, and like I still like kind of get disappointed in myself if I think about it too long. Like the other day, I drove by the Dallas Dental School, the A&M Dental School in Dallas, and I don't know, I just got like this overwhelming feeling of like being like really sad and really disappointed. But it's hard to be sad and disappointed when I absolutely love what I'm doing and I'm so passionate about it. Yeah, but I mean, if YouTube and Instagram, whatever, doesn't work out, maybe I'll go back one day. I think more than having a passion for dentistry, I kind of had a passion for helping people, and I think that's why the Lord like kind of pushed me to start a YouTube channel rather than letting me get into dental school, because I am way more passionate about this than I was about dentistry, in my opinion. So, okay, Evie assumes that you and Bronson have already done the dirty. I don't know why people think this. I told you that we were waiting, so no, that hasn't changed because we aren't married. So no, that is not true. Okay, Brielle assumes that Bronson is your first boyfriend. He is. He is my first boyfriend. We started dating when we were juniors in high school. Yeah, going strong ever since. It's really crazy. Kate assumes you're insecure about not being a girly girl. I would say this is not true. I'm like pretty comfortable with being a tomboy. I've like always been a tomboy growing up. I've never really like been super into makeup or hair. Like I like dressing up and like getting cute, but even my style is like more like skater girl than like preppy girl, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say I'm insecure about it. I would say I used to be in high school for sure. Okay, Charlie assumes you get overwhelmed by being an influencer, but don't show it. This is absolutely 100% true. I very much get very overwhelmed with it. I feel like I literally went from having like no eyes on me to like a ton of eyes on me in the blink of an eye. And also it was just really hard deal with everybody's opinions about you at one time, and they're like very unwarranted opinions. Social media is like a double-edged sword. Like on one hand, it's amazing because I get to like interact with all of you and like impact you as much as you impact me. Such awesome community of people who like love pushing themselves and like bettering themselves, and it's just like a phenomenal thing to be a part of. And on the other hand, I've talked about this before, you have the turds who like thrive off of judging people and like putting hate out into the world and putting negativity out into the world, and just love to like put you under this microscope. And yeah, that gets really hard sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but I do get overwhelmed by it. But to be honest, there are way more positive, amazing people that I get the blessing of interacting with on a daily basis, and that truly does outweigh all of like the negative opinions of people, but sometimes it does get like a little bit hard. Okay, Abby assumes that Reagan and I are starting a podcast. Sadly, this is not true. I have tried to get Reagan to start a podcast with me. I've mentioned it a few times, but she is like so incredibly busy with PT school that I don't even think she could find an hour out of her day to like do it with me. Sadly, we are not. Ooh, this one's interesting. Rachel assumes you don't like being called Big Mama. Okay, I have to tell you, like, the story behind Big Mama. I've literally been called Big Mama since, like, before high school. I've always been, like, very quad dominant. Not this quad dominant, but I've been quad dominant like my whole life. Yeah, I was like a very physical player and very aggressive. So people always called me Big Mama, and it kind of just stuck. And like no matter what team I moved to, people would call me Big Mama. And at first it did make me insecure because like when you're in high school, like when you're a freshman in high school, like you don't want to be called Big Mama. But now I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm Big Mama. Like I'm freaking Big Mama. Okay? And I feel like I've just accepted the fact that I am very strong. Like I'm a very strong woman. I have big muscles, and you know what? I love them. Like it helps me to work out, helps me lift weights. Like it gives me the ability to like do so many cool things. So yeah, I'm Big Mama. I used to be insecure about it, not anymore. Okay, this will be my last one, I think, because this is getting quite long. Amanda assumes it is easy for you to stay fit. I would say this is false, honestly. I truly have to put in a ton of effort to stay in the shape that I'm at. I feel like a lot of people who either played sports in college or played sports in high school, once they like stop doing that, it's pretty much everybody's bodies change, because either you lose muscle, you gain fat, you lose fat, like your body changes in some way because you're not exerting as much energy anymore, and you like change your eating habits and your life is just completely different. I like tried really hard after soccer to maintain my muscle, maintain my physique, keep good eating habits, like staying healthy. It's not the same. Like it's not the same as soccer, and soccer was just like such an easy way to like stay in shape and work out and like be healthy, because I wasn't thinking about those things. I was thinking about soccer and performing and like my teammates and winning, and those things all just kind of came with that, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't say it's easy for me. I do have a huge passion for fitness and healthy eating though, so I think it is easier for me than other people, but it's definitely not easy. I don't think making the healthy choice is really easy for anybody. I think it's always like a choice that you have to make. It gets easier the more and more you make the right choice, but yeah. I'm not even sure. That was probably very confusing, but yes. Oh, my knee, I shouldn't have sat like that with it bent for so long. Okay, this video is getting very long, so I don't want to bore you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I've never done a video like this before, and you know what? That wasn't too bad. I don't know what I was scared of. If you like sit down videos like this, and you want me to do more like this, go ahead and give this video a like, because it really supports my channel, and I would really appreciate it if you did that. Don't forget to subscribe, because I post new videos every week, and turn on the notification bell, because YouTube does that really weird thing where it doesn't notify you if I post unless you have that. Yeah, love y'all. See you in my next video.